Dear Ink 101 students, welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to cover Unit 2, Lesson 4, Study and Writing Skills. By the end of the lesson, students will have discussed learning styles and identified their own, found out about the use of a reflective blog, read for specific information and inferred them, created their own reflective blog. Today's lesson is important for all levels, not only for level 1. Why? Because we need to know our learning style in order to make the best use of information and learning styles, and learning actually. So what's your learning style? What is the meaning of learning style first? Learning style means some people learn better by seeing, others learn better by hearing, and others learn better by moving and experiencing. So which learning style best suits you? Why do we need to know our learning style? So read the following text to find out the answers. I'm going to take you to this journey together to explore the person within you in order to benefit from learning. So let's move on to the reading text. So what's your learning style? There are 3 basic types of learning styles. The 3 most common are visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. To learn, we depend on our senses to process the information around us. Most people tend to use one of their senses more than the others. Today's lesson will help you determine which of these learning styles you rely on the most. And knowing your learning style can help you be a better learner. It will help you find out ways to make you learn better. There is a series of 16 questions that are related to the 3 main learning styles. Read the questions and select the answer that closest fits your answer. Don't think about the question too much. Go with your first choice. After you answer each of these questions, tabulate your total number of A's, B's, and C's. Sometimes people have 2 or 3 that all have about the same number of choices. Some people depend on 2 or more types of learning styles. It is not unusual to use different learning styles for different tasks. That's why people can respond so differently to the same thing. So we're going to do the personality test in order to discover which type of learning style suits you the most. So we're going to draw a table. In each column, we're going to write A, B, and C's. Then you're going to count how many A's have you got, how many B's have you got, and how many C's have you got. Then the largest number is going to be your learning style. So let's go through the questions and answer them together. Question 1. When you study for a test, would you rather read notes, read headings in a book, and look at diagrams and illustrations? B. Have someone ask you questions or repeat facts silently to yourself? C. Write things out on index cards and make models or diagrams. Question 2. Which of these do you do when you listen to music? Daydream, see things that go with the music. Hum along means read silently with it. C. Move with the music, tap your feet, etc. Question 3. When you work at solving a problem, do you make a list, organize the steps, and check them off as they are done? Or make a few phone calls and talk to friends or experts? Or make a model of the problem or walk through all the steps in your mind? Question 4. When you read for fun, do you prefer a travel book with a lot of pictures in it? A mystery book with a lot of conversations in it? A book where you answer questions and solve problems? Question 5. To learn how a computer works, would you rather watch a movie about it, or listen to someone explain it, or take the computer apart and try to figure it out for yourself? Question 6. You have just entered a science museum. What will you do first? A. Look around and find a map showing the locations of the various exhibits. B. Talk to a museum guide and ask about the exhibits. C. Go into the first exhibit that looks interesting and read the directions later. Question 7. What kind of restaurant would you rather not to go? A. One with the lights too bright. Note that we're talking about the restaurants you'd rather not to go, all right? So one with the lights too bright, or one with the music too loud. C. One with uncomfortable chairs. Question 8. Would you rather go to an art class, a music class, an exercise class? Question 9. Which are you most likely to do when you're happy? Grin means like smile, shout with joy, jump for joy. Question 10. If we were at a party, what would you be most likely to remember the next day? A. The faces of the people there, but not names, not the names. B. The names, but not the faces. C. The things you did and said while you were there. Question 11. When you see the word D-O-G, what do you do first? A. Think of a picture of a particular dog, or say the word dog to yourself silently, or sense the feeling of being with a dog, putting it, running with it, etc. Question 12. When you tell a story, would you rather write it, tell it out loud, or act it out? Question 13. What is most distracting for you when you're trying to concentrate? Visual distractions, noises, other sensations like hunger, tight shoes, or worry? Question 14. What are you most likely to do when you are angry? scowl, shout or blow up, stomp off and slam doors. Question 15. When you aren't sure how to spell a word, which of these are you most likely to do? A. Write it out to see if it looks right. B. Sound it out. C. Write it out to see if it feels right. The last question, question 16. Which are you most likely to do when standing in a long line of the movies? A. Look at posters advertising other movies. B. Talk to the person next to you. Or C. Tap your foot or move around in some other way. Now, count your total A's and B's and C's. We have 3 different learning styles. If you scored mostly A's, you may have a visual learning style. You learn by seeing and looking. Visual learners. Visual learners take numerous detailed notes and tend to sit in front, and usually they are neat and clean. These learners like to see what they learn and prefer stimuli to be isolated from auditory and kinesthetic distraction. They often close their eyes to visualize or remember something. Also, they benefit from illustrations and presentations that use color. When they are bored, they find something to watch and find a passive surroundings are ideal. If you scored mostly B's, you may have an auditory learning style. You learn by hearing and listening. Auditory learners tend to sit where they can hear but needn't pay attention to what is happening in front. They hum or talk to